Yo people, Striker here, and today we're reacting to how will the new Champions League work. Now, they've changed the format. It's no more group stages. It's like a new league format with whole new different, settings and rules in place. So we're just going to take a deeper dive in, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay.
The Champions League is changing. From the 2024-25 season, the number of teams, the structure of competition, and the means of qualification will all be different, as per a UEFA decision taken in May 2022. So, what's new? Firstly, the number of teams competing in the competition will increase from 32 to 36.
Wow, I can't lie, that's big. Because not only was it tough before, like having 32 teams. Like sometimes you're not getting out of your group. Like even if you're a big team, you're not getting out of your group. Like no. Like there's teams, like every team in the Champions League is actually quality. So the fact that they're adding 4 new teams just means that it's just gonna get even harder for the top teams. Like you can't have an off night, That's crazy.
Meaning there will now be 189 matches instead of 125.
Even that, like, I don't know if you lot have seen it, but players are already complaining about the load of, like, the match load. Basically saying they're playing too many games. Like, I know you guys heard Rodri saying that, like, players might go on strike if they're playing too much games. Like, that's crazy, bro. Going from 125 to 189, can't lie, that is a lot of games. But then again, they're getting paid, like, millions every year, so I don't think they really should be complaining. They just got to get on with it. Let me know what you think in the comments.
And the group stage will be replaced by a league phase, otherwise known as the Swiss model. That much we already knew and has already been covered by TIFO previously. Each team will be guaranteed to play 8 matches in the league phase, down from the proposed 10, of which they will play half at home and half away. The top 8 sides in the league will then qualify automatically for the knockout stage.
Oh, so you hear that, guys? The top 8 sides are automatically qualifying for the Champions League qualification rounds. So not only are they increasing the teams that are playing, is only 8 teams that could actually get through. So you're going to see a lot of upsets this season of your favourite teams not making it through to a qualification round. Let's see what happens.
With those finishing in 9th to 24th, competing in a 2-legged playoff to determine who reaches the last 16 of the competition. The biggest bone of contention has been regarding qualification, though, and the rumoured historic wildcards that were expected to protect underperforming clubs with European pedigree. That proposal has changed. Now, 2 of the extra 4 qualifying slots will be awarded to nations whose clubs achieve the best collective performance during the season before. To work this out, the total points earned will be divided by the number of sides competing in European club competitions. This is a notable move away from the heavily criticised plan to employ 5-year historical coefficients. As a working example, if the new rules had been applied to the 2021-22 season, the 2 extra places would have gone to clubs from England and the Netherlands.
So you see how, like, sometimes, like, in like England, for example, Premier League, like you sometimes see in like the 5th club like gaining Champions League if they get certain criteria. I think that's what they're talking about here, but that's crazy.
In 4 of the past 5 campaigns, in fact, a team in the Premier League would have received one of those additional slots.
That's what I'm saying. Like normally, like the top 4 makes it, and then whatever, like I think it has something to do with like if you win a certain amount of trophies or something like that, you get the 5th slot added. But hey, they've taken it out.
In theory, it means that the Premier League could end up with a total of 7 teams in the Champions League due to the coefficient spot awarded on performance, plus the previous season's Champions League and Europa League winners if they aren't already qualified through league position. It's highly unlikely, but it could happen.
Bro, imagine Palace finish 7th and like they somehow get into Champions League, bro. That would be crazy. Like Selhurst Park rocking on a Tuesday, Wednesday night Champions League. That's crazy. against like Shakhtar or something. Crazy game.
In another change, clubs from the same country will now be able to play against each other in the early knockout stages.
Yes. See, this is what we needed. I can't lie. They're cooking now. They're cooking. Because I can't lie, like, there's been times I've been wanting to see like a City or like a Arsenal. To be fair, Arsenal ain't been in Champions League for a minute, so we can't even include them. But like City, who else makes it? I don't know. Let's say Villa. Like, if we could see a Villa versus City, or like a Arsenal versus City in like the group stages, that's some new competition.
Domestic clashes are currently blocked until the quarter-final, but that will no longer be the case. And despite suggestions to the contrary, there are no plans yet to scrap two-legged semi-finals or move the competition's final four to a single host city. Those changes may come in the future, but not in time for this round of restructuring.
Damn.
We are convinced that the format chosen strikes the right balance, that it will improve the competitive balance and generate solid revenues that can be distributed to clubs, leagues, and into grassroots football across our continent.
Bro, you see this Alexander Seferin, like, you think he's a good guy? Bro, he is corrupt. Just like Platini, just like all these FIFA guys, like, they're all doing it for revenue. End of the day, guys, you gotta understand football's a business. Like, yeah, they want you guys to enjoy, but if it don't make financial sense, they are not going to do it. Like, just look at his smile. Like, that's a guy that's just handing money to like City, Real Madrid under the table, handing wins. Like, he would fix a match.
Said UEFA President Alexander Ceferin in early May. And there's plenty of reason for enthusiasm. The Premier League will be delighted that they're almost guaranteed to have 5 Champions League places instead of 4. You would also expect Spain, Germany and Italy to be relatively satisfied with the new format, as the second extra spot is likely to end up going to either La Liga, the Bundesliga or Serie A. And having seen a worst-case scenario of historic wildcards, big club greed and the erosion of domestic football calendars avoided, Kevin Miles, Chief Executive of the Footballers Supporters Association, welcomed the decision. Supporters have been consistent in their arguments against any expansion of European competition that would eat into domestic football and attack our principles of sporting merit.
What do you guys think of that though? Because low-key, like, domestic football's good, but I feel like Champions League's just where you really see the top players. Like, you got teams like PSG that are playing in Farmers League, and it's like, when they get to Champions League, they can't win anything. So it's like, I just think it's really important to really highlight more, like European football games and leagues rather than just domestic football. Because half of these leagues are just farmer leagues. Like, let's be honest. If it's not Prem, La Liga's not really comp as well. If it's like, there's only about 4 good teams there. So it's like, I don't know.
While any increase in the number of games is a step in the wrong direction, it appears that fans' input into the dialogue with UEFA has not been in vain. But that's not to say that everyone is happy. There is a school of thought that UEFA were only listening to the Premier League and La Liga when it came to ditching the 10-game league phase and reducing it to 8 matches. France's Liga wanted 10 games and not club coefficients. They wrote to UEFA and the European Club Association to say that is why they reduced their domestic league to 18.
Bro, this is what I mean, bro. Like, League your Farmers League, bro. I don't know why you're getting involved. Like, respectfully, you guys just need to, like, just let the good leagues speak and just stay in the back, bro. Because if it isn't PSG or AS Monaco, I don't know any other team that's qualifying for Champions League.
They anticipated the increase in European games. They also wanted one of the 2 extra places to be given to a domestic champion from a mid-sized league and the other one to the 5th biggest league, so it had 4 spots. Like,
bro, this is what I mean. They wanted 2 extra places to be given to a domestic champion. This is what I mean. Like, League you already know that PSG wins the league 9 out of 10 years all the time. So why are you going to give them extra if there's literally no comp in that league? That makes no sense.
Like the top 4 leagues. At the moment, the 5th best league is Liga. So it essentially boils down to every league being greedy and wanting more. But the new format will offer balance and should encourage teams playing in any of UEFA's 3 club competitions to go as far as possible and earn coefficient points for their country, thereby maximising their own chances of qualification and progress. Whether that will happen, of course, remains to be seen, as does the means by which the revenues for the 2024-27 cycle will be split, with negotiations now set to begin. If you like this video, please...
Hey, what do you guys think of the new format? That's the end of the video. A shout out to TIFO though, presented by The Athletic. Always coming up with these good videos. But what do you think though? Like, it's crazy how they're changing the new format. I don't really like it, me personally. I feel like they should have just stuck to the 32 teams and group stages. Much more simpler, much more classic, much more historic. You know, when you start doing these things, you start changing with history, because now, from now on, you're gonna have to base club awards on like the new format rather than comparing it with the old, because it's gonna be completely different. Like Puskas and Di Stefano, those old legends didn't play in this new format, so comparing competition and how hard it was is going to be more difficult. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. That's going to wrap up the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you in the next video. Peace.